Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 10.8. Chapter is factory overhead variance, but now there is a little bit change in the heading. ILO level method has been prominated, but still you can see over here our performa lines, everything is same. So there is not much difference. Without reading the question, we can start writing our performa. The first thing which you will write is your total overall variance. It is a relationship between actual and applied FH. Here you will write your actual FH and then you need to put applied FH. Variance would be calculated over here by taking difference between actual and applied, and finally we will conclude by putting our attention upon applied FH. Focus will be upon applied FH. So if your applied FH is less than actual FH, comparison is in between actual and applied is less. So what you will conclude, it would be under applied FH. And contrary to above, if applied FH is more than actual, it means applied is more. You can conclude as over applied FH. Okay, second variance which you will calculate is budget variance. It is also called spending variance or expenditure variance. It is a relationship between budget and actual FH. So you will write budget FH and then actual FH you will write, and over here you will calculate the variance, which would be the difference between actual and budget. Finally, you will conclude by focusing upon actual. So if actual FH is greater than budget FH, how would you estimate? If actual is more, whenever you are spending more in actual, it would not go in your favorable, and ultimately you will call it unfavorable variance. And contrary to above, if actual FH is less than budget, that means actually you are spending less. Whenever you are spending less in actual, that would be a good news, that would be in your favor. So you will mention it as favorable variance. Then number 3 variance is volume capacity or idle capacity variance. It is a relationship between budget and applied FH. So you will write budget FH and then applied FH would be written over here, and finally you will calculate its variance by taking the difference between budget and applied. Next you will conclude by putting your attention upon applied, upon budget. So if your budget FH is less than applied FH, if budget FH is less, that means you have to arrange less. So it's a good news, you will call it favorable. And contrary to above, if budget FH is greater than applied, that means you have to arrange more amount. So it would not go in your favor, and ultimately you conclude as unfavorable. So you can see that we haven't read the question, and we don't have the idea what is requirement in the question, but again you have written all of the variances over here. And believe me, there are 3 elements as supporting calculation which would be required in any way, no matter what question is. The first is actual FH, and it would be given in your question. Second requirement is your applied FH, and it has to be calculated over here. Applied FH has one line formula, actual FH, actual hours, and it would be multiplied by applied FH rate. This is single line formula, and you will calculate and write down the answer over here. Then third is budget FH. It has 2 line formula. First line includes actual hours, and it would be multiplied by variable FH rate, and then you will add fixed FH, and here you will write down the amount of sum of both elements with which you will be able to calculate budget FH. Then we need to have at number 4 we need applied FH rate, and it is actually the sum of two rates, fixed FH rate, and it would be added in variable FH rate. We will see how to calculate, but on number 5 you need fixed FH rate, and number 6 variable FH rate you will be writing over here. Though on number 5 and number 6 fixed FH rate has a formula, variable FH rate has a formula, but when you will see your question, here is your question, it has a little different dimensions of calculation of fixed FH rate and variable FH rate. How you will recognize that this question is different? The very first thing is rate is already provided over here. You can see factory overhead rate is 16. This is applied FH rate, and that is number 4. Number 4 FH applied rate is already given, and it is sum. Let me correct it first. That is important part. We need to put first. Okay. So rate, total FH applied rate was meant to be calculated by adding two rates. Here that rate is already provided in the question, and that is 16. Then that is what I was saying, that fixed FH rate and variable FH rate has a twist. Second thing you will recognize that there are many number of units given in the question. Output 30,000 units, output 20,000 units, 25,000 units. So 30, 20 and 25. Normally these many number of units are not given in the questions. It means it's a twist, and here you will recognize that it's high-low level method. When there are many number of units are given and many budget of FH are given. So we have different outputs and different budget FH. From here actual statement has been started. Actual output is 25,000 and actual FH is 3,75,000. Beyond it, please keep your attention over here. There are two outputs, 30,000 and 20,000, and there are two budgets, 444 and 344. Two output and two budgets. So we are going to write over here. It's little different working. Here you will write the outputs or units you can write, and their budget would be written over here. Now let's see the question. First part is saying budget overhead for output 30,000 units. So we have got our first unit 30,000. Okay, and for this 30,000 it is said that budget FH is 444,000. 444,000. Okay, this budget should go, and everything I think we should make centralized so that it can have. Now you will say that it's unnecessary to align, but for me presentation is more important. Okay, so we have got our output for 30,000 units. Output is 30,000 units, and budget for these 30,000 units is 444,000, and second output is 20,000 units. So you will put 20,000 over here. Okay, and your budget FH for 20,000 is 344,000. So 344,000 would be written. So this information has been provided in the question. Now let me know what kind of conclusion you can make. It's a raw data. So we can convert this raw data into usable information. How? You can see that units are being changed. Whenever someone is saying any element is being changed, what output will come in your mind? When something is changed, it means it is variating. So if you will calculate with which rate is this element is variating. That would be your variable FH rate. Now please make your mind, you will calculate variable FH rate through this information or data which is provided in the question. You can see if 30,000 units you were making, your budget was 4 lakh. When you have decreased your level of production, your budget has been decreased. And variable expenses, variable cost definition, we are well familiar. If we will increase the level of production, variable cost will increase. If you will decrease the level of production, variable cost would be decreased. So here we can calculate our variable rate. How? You can see that by changing, what change comes in number of units from 30 to 20, how many units have been changed? Difference is 10,000. So you can see that by changing 10,000 units, what change comes in your budget? That means initially it was 4,44,000, and then you have decreased your number of units, cost would automatically be decreased from 444 to 344. So change has come as 1 lakh rupees. Understand? So here we will put our childhood formula, unitary method. If 10,000 units are changed, cost has been changed as 1 lakh. Now if you want to have change for one number of unit, how much budget would be changed like this? So please try to understand, if 10,000 number of units you have changed, the total change comes in budget is 1 lakh rupees. So if we want to calculate the rate, we will always be focusing upon one. For example, if you are going to purchase vegetables and you ask the rate, he will tell you, you want to purchase potato, for example. So you want to purchase 1 kg potato and you have asked the rate, and he will tell you 80 rupees. He will not tell you the units, but it is automatically be understood the rate is told as for 1 kg, not for 2, 3, 4, 5 kg. 1 kg rate would be given over. So unit is only 1. So here unitary method will be applied, and what you will do, cross multiplication over here. 1 lakh would be multiplied by 1 and 10,000 will be multiplied by x. When you multiply x and 10,000, you will get x 10,000, or it's better to write 10,000x. So we are erasing it. And after this, what you will get on your right side, here x was multiplied by 10,000, you have written over here, and now 1 would be multiplied by 1 lakh, so you will get 1 lakh over here. 10,000 is being multiplied by x, you want to take it to the opposite side of is equal to. If it is multiplied over here, then it would be divided to the next side. So 1 lakh is already present over here, and you are bringing this 10,000 from left to right. So it is multiplied over here, then you will take it to the right side, it would be divided. So 10,000 would come in denominator, and what is left on right side? Only x. Now here put it on your calculator. 1 lakh is divided by 10,000. So rate we have calculated is 10. Since we have changed the number of unit with which cost has been changed, so it is variating, the rate which we have calculated would be considered as variable FH rate. Okay, so variable FH rate has been 10. Come over here, and without applying the formula, you have calculated the variable FH rate, which is 10. Though we were supposed to put variable FH, it was meant to be divided by estimated hours. This was its formula, but without putting any amount over here, we have directly written our variable FH rate as 10, because we have calculated it through high-low level method, and variable FH rate has been calculated over here. So hopefully you have understood it. This is our variable FH rate. Now one thing very interesting is total rate is already given. 16 is total FH rate, while you were supposed to add fixed FH rate and variable FH rate. but here without calculation 16 is given in your question. So it has been completed. Now it's time to see how we will calculate the fixed FH rate. You do know that variable FH rate is 10 and total FH rate is 16. How total FH rate comes? When you will add fixed FH and variable, you can write over here instead of here. So total FH rate comes when you add fixed FH rate with variable FH rate. So both rates when you will add, you will get variable total FH rate. So focus upon here. This is your total FH rate. You can put over here rate is 16 and then fixed FH rate is unknown. You can write as it is. And then you need to put variable FH rate which is 10. We have calculated it with the help of high-low level method. And now see, fixed FH rate and 10 are being added over here. You want to take 10 to the opposite side. If it is added over here, if you will take to the opposite side, sign will be changed and it will be with negative sign. 16 is already over written over here and you are taking 10 to the opposite side. Positive here, it would be negative to the opposite side, and what left on right side is your fixed FH rate. Now 16 minus 10 would be 6, and what it is, your fixed FH rate is now being calculated. So all rates are calculated but with a twist. We haven't calculated these rates through traditional formulas. For fixed FH rate, as we know, we needed to divide fixed FH by estimated hours, but without application of formula we have directly calculated fixed FH rate as 6. Okay, our problem has been sorted out. 4th, 5th and 6th steps are completed, but here matter is we will again be observing our question and you will come to know that fixed FH is not given over here. Here is your question and you can see that fixed FH from here to the last of question is not given, and our second requirement is also budgeted fixed FH. So first answer was given variable FH rate which is 10, and we have calculated variable FH rate over here 10 through high-low level method, and 10 is your answer. So first answer is automatically being checked. Now we need to calculate fixed FH. For that purpose you will have to focus first statement which you will note it, fixed FH if missing, fixed FH if missing in the question, always use old FH rates. Always use old FH rates, or old FH inputs is better word. Now here you can see that we have several old outputs, 30,000 and 20,000. Let me know if you want to calculate fixed FH, which output would be preferred, 30,000 or 20,000. So someone of you will have a genuine answer. It doesn't matter if we will take 30,000 or 20,000. Why? Fixed FH would be fixed no matter how many number of units you are making. If you will make 30,000, answer would be same. If you will take 20,000, answer would be same. So here we are going to calculate our fixed FH. Please be focused. For budget FH, we need to have budget FH formula. How do you calculate your budget FH? It is actually been calculated with two statements, actual hours or units and it would be multiplied by variable FH rate, and you will add fixed FH. So this is our formula for budget FH. So next, let me know how we will put our inputs. You can take first option, budget FH triple four triple zero with 30,000, or you can choose this option second, 344 000 and 20,000. Let's say we are choosing 30,000. So for 30,000 your budget FH is mentioned over here. This is your budget FH total, and amount is 444 000. So in place of budget FH you will put this amount 444 000. Okay, now next element is actual hours. Actual hours are given in the question, but we have mentioned fixed FH. If it is missing, you will always be calculating through old hours, and these are old hours. So for budget FY 444 000, our output or hours or units are 30,000. So you will be putting within bracket 30,000, and you need to multiply it with variable FH rate. This you can see we have calculated variable FH rate as 10 with this high-low level method. Variable FH rate was 10, so put 10 over here, close your bracket, follow the formula. Then we need to add over here. What to add? Fixed FH. This is unknown and we need to calculate, so we will write fixed FH as it is. Next step is what? You will calculate the bracket. On left side of is equal to, we have 444 000 is equal to, and 30,000 multiplied by 10 would be 3 lakh plus, and fixed FH would be as it is over here. Okay, now see 3 lakh is being added over here. You want to take it to the left side. If you will take 3 lakh to the left side, sign will be changed. What is already present on left side? 444 000, and now you want to take this 3 lakh to the left side. It is added. When you will take it to the left side, it would be subtracted. So 3 lakh would be written over here. Okay, and then is equal to, and fixed FH over here. So finally we can calculate fixed FH by subtracting 3 lakh from 444 000. Put it on your calculator, 444 000 minus 3 lakh. So here you have got your answer, and what element you have calculated is fixed FH. Okay, let's see what is in our question. You can see second requirement was budgeted fixed factory overhead, and fixed factory overhead 144 000, and we have calculated 144 000. It means our question, our fixed FH is also calculated, and two answers are verified, 10 and 144 000. 10 variable FH rate was calculated over here, and 1,44,000 fixed FH is also calculated. Let's see now what we can do for our question. We are now open to come to our performa. Here actual statement has been started. Actual output is 25,000 and actual factory overhead is 3,75,000. So it's time to come over here. Actual FH is now mentioned 3,75,000. Put 3,75,000 in front of actual FH. We are now able to calculate applied FH. For that, your actual FH, actual hours are given over here, 25,000 units. You can put 25,000 units over here, and you need to multiply it with applied FH rate, which is 16, mentioned in the question as well, and we have written over here. So actual hours were 25,000. You can see these are actual output 25,000 units, and 16 total rate was also mentioned in the question. This is 16. So hopefully you have understood. It's time to calculate it. Statement was completed 25,000 and it is going to be multiplied by 16. So we have got our applied FH as well. Now we can calculate budget FH. Actual hours, we understood that 25,000 are actual hours. Here you have seen, and we will put actual hours 25,000 over here, and you need to multiply it with variable FH rate. So variable FH rate was here calculated as 10, and we have calculated it through high-low level method with which variable FH was 10. Okay, so put variable FH rate 10 over here. We can calculate it 25,000 actual hours, and it is being multiplied with 10, which was variable FH rate. And now we are going to put fixed FH. Okay, come over here. You have calculated your fixed FH through this equation 144,000. So put 144,000 over here, 1,44,000. Okay, it was fixed FH. When we will add both, we will get budget FH. First element is 2,50,000 and you are going to add fixed FH 1,44,000. So your budget FH is also calculated. So all three requirements have been completed. Actual FH we have got 3,75,000. Budget FH we have got 3,94,000 and applied FH is 4 lakh. So we are now very open to calculate our last part of the question, which is to calculate the variances. First variance is total variance, for which we need actual FH. Come over here, you have mentioned actual FH over here, which is 3,75,000, put over here. And then you need applied FH. Applied FH was calculated over here. You can see highlighted area, and applied FH was 4 lakh. So you can put 4 lakh over here. It's time to calculate the variance, which is the difference between actual and applied. Your applied FH was 4 lakh and actual FH was 3,75,000. So in this way, you have calculated your variance. Total variance is calculated. It's time to conclude by putting your focus upon applied. Applied was 400 and actual was 375. Applied was more. Whenever applied is more, it would be considered as over applied, and this is total variance. So first variance has been calculated. Third requirement we missed. Fourth requirement was applied FH, and fifth requirement is under over applied. You can see fifth requirement is 25,000 and we have calculated 25,000. We now need to put our attention over here. Capacity hours at which factory overhead applied rate is computed. For that you need to put a formula. Capacity hours would be calculated by taking fixed FH and it would be divided by fixed FH rate. So this is our requirement, and now we need to see where is fixed FH. Here 144,000. First you can put 144,000 and it is going to be divided by fixed FH rate. Here you have calculated your fixed FH rate, which is 6. Okay, you can put the same rate over here. Fixed FH 6. Fixed FH rate is 6. Now put these statement on calculator. 144,000 divided by 6. So you have got your answer 24,000. Capacity hours come up. Third requirement was capacity hours 3. So 24,000 units, and you have calculated 24,000. units as well. So in this way, third requirement is also calculated. We have second requirement, budgeted fixed FH, and we have calculated budgeted fixed FH 144,000 over here, and 144,000 answer. Third requirement 24,000 answer. Applied FH, let's see, applied FH 4 lakh we have already calculated, and you can see fourth requirement 4 lakh answer is here. Applied FH, though we have automatically calculated, it was pre-calculated form, but we haven't checked the answer and now we have confirmed. Fifth is under over applied 25,000, and this you have calculated also 25,000 over applied, and here it has been mentioned over applied. Now we are up to sixth requirement. Budget variance would be calculated by taking budget and actual. It's a relationship between budget FH and actual FH. So budget FH, here you highlighted area, please do your attention over here, put your attention over here. Budget FH is calculated and amount is 3,94,000, which has been calculated. Put it in front of budget. Then you need to have actual FH, and here you can see we have calculated or mentioned FH 3,75,000. Put over here. We are now open to calculate our variance by taking the difference between budget and actual. So your budget FH was 3,94,000 and your actual FH is 3,75,000. In this way you have calculated your variance. It's time to conclude by putting your focus upon actual. Actual 375, budget was 394, so actual is less. Whenever you are spending less in actual, it would go favorable. So favorable budget variance we have calculated, which is 19,000. We can calculate next, but first we will confirm. 6 was budget variance and 6 over here is 19,000. 19,000 and favorable, and you can see that 19,000 favorable. So 6 requirement has also been calculated. It's time to see 7th requirement, capacity variance or volume variance. It's a relationship between budget FH and applied FH. You can see here budget FH was calculated, amount was 3,94,000, put over here. And secondly, you need to have applied FH. Applied FH was calculated over here, amount was 4 lakh, put it over here. Now it's time to calculate the difference between applied and budget FH. Your applied FH was 4 lakh and budget FH was 3,94,000. In this way your variance has been calculated. It's time to conclude by putting attention upon budget. Your budget was 394, applied was 4 lakh. It means less budget you have to arrange. It's a good news. So you will conclude as favorable volume variance, which is 6,000. Let's see in the question. 6,000. 7 was capacity, 6,000 favorable, and we have calculated 6,000 favorable. So without any interruption, I want to just share something. This lecture is 100% actual. No recording has been made, and it's absolutely live lecture. I haven't changed any amount. I haven't rectified any amount. So thankfully, everything is put genuinely for the first time, and answer we have got very pure, very direct, and very much live. So nothing was recorded previously. So I want you people to learn in the same thing, in the same way. I'm very hopeful some students out of total class will act accordingly, will understand it accordingly, and request was to practice it for 2, 3, 4 times. No matter you have understood, your concept is clear, but that's not enough. Practice is more important than understanding. Understanding is a good thing, but please don't fake yourself by saying that I understood and I do not need practice. I'm requesting you to do every question for 3, 4 times. So here was our 10.28. high-low level method, the speciality of this question was this high-low level. This was high, this was low level, and with which we have calculated variable FH rate. Actually, this was the twist, and this was the backbone, this was the main theme of the question. Remaining everything was traditional. As you have seen, we have already written the format even before reading the question. So it means everything is traditionally solved. Actual FH, applied FH was solved within the formula, but the only thing different was to calculate your rate with a different way. And second important thing was to calculate fixed FH. Normally it was meant to be given in the question, but fixed FH was absent and we have indirectly calculated through budget FH formula. The thing which you will remember is if fixed FH you want to calculate and it is missing, you will always be using old hours, not actual hours. And which old hours you can choose? This was decided that whatever hours, whatever old hours are given, you can choose any of them because fixed FH would remain same if you are choosing the high end or low end. In both ways, your fixed FH was to be calculated the same. Here I will ask you to calculate your fixed FH 144,000 which we have calculated through 30,000. I am saying you whenever you will solve question you will solve it through 20,000 hours. So instead of putting 30,000 over here you will put 20,000 and you will see your fixed FH will be calculated with same amount 1,44,000. So what I had said, it's your assignment. When you will solve this question by yourself you will solve it through 20,000 not 30,000. So in this way our question number 10.28 is completed. High-low level method we have learned with which variable FH rate is calculated and fixed FH rate is calculated. Hopefully you people have understood. If you have any query, you are very open to put your questions through messages, text, WhatsApp or call or directly meet to solve your queries. I am very hopeful that I will instantly be available whenever you will ask question. And up for now 10.28 is ended. We will be meeting soon again for the solution of any other question. Till then, please take care of yourself. I am requesting you to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.